Hey guys, it's Reading with Audrey, back at again with another video, and today we will be reading Chapter 8 of All the Answers by Kate Messner. In the last chapter, Ava and Sophie went to game night at their retirement home, and they explained all of the characters that live at their retirement home to the reader. So yeah, not much really happened other than that, but I wonder what will happen in the next chapter. Let's get on with it. Chapter 8, Just Like Peter Pan. I'm not sure this was faster than looking it up in the book, Ava said as Sophie scribbled down the question for number 10 on their worksheet after school the next day. Shh! Sophie held up a finger, tipped her head, listened, and wrote down the answer. I know, but this was more fun. She tucked her finished worksheet inside her folder and twirled the pencil in her fingers. Ava! Marcus shouted from down the hall. Mom says you gotta set the table. It's your turn, Ava called. I did it last night. Marcus appeared in the doorway. I have a physics test tomorrow, and Mom says that takes priority. Which makes tonight your night too. He stuck out his tongue and ducked just in time to avoid being hit by the pillow Ava threw from her chair. Why can't he study after dinner? Ava whispered. Ava sighed. He decided his 97.3 grade point average isn't good enough, and Mom's totally backing him up. Marcus had always been a good student, but lately all he ever did was study, as if every point on a test was a matter of life or death. Ava tucked the pencil in her backpack. The last thing she needed was for Marcus to come by and swipe it, and she and Sophie headed down to the kitchen. Graham was pulling mac and cheese from the oven, Dad was slicing a loaf of Italian bread from the store, and Marcus was on the computer. He took time out from his crucially important homework to smirk at Ava when she opened the cupboard to get plates. Ava's mom was ripping up lettuce for salad and listening to the presidential candidates on the radio. I can't believe Governor Ted's expecting hardworking people to buy that load of Alicia, Dad said, raising his eyebrows and glancing at the girls. Mom's having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, Ava said, like Alexander in the story. She thought their book quoting game would make Mom smile. It didn't. She pursed her lips together and tore the lettuce a little bit more violently. Glad I'm not part of that salad, Dad said, laughing. He leaned in to kiss Mom on the cheek, but she dodged him. Just because your candidate has an edge in the Northeast, she said, shaking her head. When you guys get divorced, Marcus said, I'm blaming the two-party political system. Sophie's parents are divorced, and now she gets to have 2 houses, Emma said, dragging her stuffed boa constrictor to the table. It's not as cool as you'd think, Sophie said. You have to search twice as many places if you lose a library book. Emma looked up at Mom. Mommy, are we getting divorced? No, we're not. Mom kissed the top of Emma's head. You're stuck in this one house, Miss Emma. I'm Jupiter today, Emma said, pointing to her name tag. Is she going through all the planets? Sophie whispered to Ava. She looked alarmed. Whatever you do, make sure she does not go to school with the name Uranus. Sit down and eat before this gets cold, Jupiter, Graham said, sprinkling more Parmesan over the mac and cheese. Ava's parents had a rule. No politics at the dinner table. So the talk turned to physics homework and Dad's latest idea. World-famous giant cheese puffs. I think they could be a hit, he said. Ava, you're not eating much. Mom raised her eyebrow at Dad. Were they eating junk food at the store after school again? No, Ava said. Just not hungry. The truth was, her parents' arguing had given Ava a stomachache. No matter how many times her mom said that they were just having thoughtful discourse, as she called it, Ava couldn't help worrying that things might get worse, and she didn't want 2 houses. Ever. So, Ava kept poking her macaroni around her plate and looked around the table. Graham was doing the same thing, Ava noticed. Maybe she was worried about something too. After dinner, Ava and Sophie hurried upstairs. Sophie rummaged through Ava's bag looking for the pencil and pulled out the Adventure Challenge permission slip. Hey, we were supposed to turn these in. Smells like banana. You can put it back. I'm not going. Ava, you have to go. It's the coolest, most fun field trip ever. Ava flopped onto her bed and Ruffles the owl bounced off onto the floor. If you like plummeting to your death in the woods. It's totally safe, Ava. Sophie swooped down, picked up Ruffles, and perched him on Ava's pillow. Then she plopped down next to Ava. My mom read about it on the website before she signed mine. You wear a harness and you're always connected to a safety cable, so there's absolutely no way that you can fall and die. Well, that's good. But Ava knew that there was always a way. What if the harness came unclipped? What if the safety cable broke like the rope Dad had used to tie Ethel to the fence that day she got loose, and then they found her down the street eating the Morgan's mail? You could totally fall and die then. Any field trip with the word adventure in the title had entirely too many what-ifs swirling right around it. I'll think about it, Ava said. That was usually enough to shut Sophie up. But not this time. Come on, Ava. We're even going to practice in gym class. Mr. Avery told us he has some mini course he's going to set up with low balance beams and stuff. It's going to be so fun. Have you seen the videos online? Ava shook her head. Sophie jumped up. Come on, check out the website with me, and if it doesn't look awesome, I promise I'll leave you alone, okay? She led Ava downstairs to the computer, found the website, and clicked to start a video. Tell me this doesn't look like fun. On the screen, a teenage girl with her hair in pigtails was holding onto ropes, walking across a bridge made of wooden rods that wobbled and swung all over the place. Just watching her was enough to make Ava's knees feel like jelly. Then there was a kid climbing on a rock wall, putting his feet on tiny ledges that didn't look nearly big enough for feet. Ava watched the video. People tight-walked from tree to tree, way above the forest floor. They crossed rickety bridges over rocky streams, clipped themselves onto zip ties, and went flying through the trees. I feel like Peter Pan, the girl with the pigtails said. There was no way Ava would feel like Peter Pan up there. She would feel like a big old baby. She reached over and stopped the video. So, will you go? Sophie bounced up and down a little. Maybe. Just go. If you don't like it, I'm sure you consider reading something. Sophie's cell phone chimed with the text, and she looked down. Shoot, Mom wants me home. But promise me you'll come, okay? Just try. For me. Ava sighed. What if may have been her least favorite phrase in the English language, but just try was a pretty close second. When Ava had just tried to go on the boat ride in 3rd grade, what if it sank? What if the lake was rough? She'd spent the first hour of the trip throwing up over the railing. When she just tried to spend the night at Sophie's sleepover, what if she got sick? What if something happened to her parents while she was gone? She'd stayed awake all night until Miss Shafiq found her crying in the kitchen and called her mom to come get her. There would be no just trying on the adventure course of doom, Ava decided. But there was only one way to get Sophie to stop asking and go home. Fine, I'll try. Ava's twinge of guilt at the lie grew into a giant stomach pit of shame after Sophie hugged her before she ran out the door. Ava waved. She promised herself she'd make it up to Sophie with extra pencil time tomorrow. Alrighty guys, that is the end of chapter 8 of All the Answers by Mary Downing Hahn. This chapter was actually pretty short, but it's pretty interesting. I like how we got to learn that Ava isn't really a daredevil, whereas Sophie just wants to do it. In her mind, there's a rope, nothing can happen, I'm perfectly safe, let's go have fun. In Ava's mind, what if, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Which kind of sounds like me, because I've got anxiety, but yeah, I found that pretty interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen in the next chapter of All the Answers by Kate Messner. I hope you guys are enjoying this book just as much as I am. And yeah. Alright, quick disclaimer. I've got 2 things to say just really fast. First thing, I'm so sorry about all the background noise you guys are probably hearing. I'll try to block it out when I'm editing as much as I can, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it. My mom's friends are over, asked them to be quiet, but I mean, that was pointless. Oh, there's the garbage disposal going right now. But yeah, I'm really sorry about that. And also, If you guys have any other book suggestions that you would like me to read, just let me know in the comment section down below. Alright guys, that's it. Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications, and have a good day. Bye, love you.